Okay, so there we are. We're live. I haven't got a fancy opening like what Matt does for 3 hours, 3 minutes. I mean, I've got to try and get one of them together. So, welcome back to a Good Friday chat. Yep, it's Good Friday, and hold on a minute. I've got my phone next to me on because I keep tabs of the comments coming in there as well. So welcome back. Sorry, I'm so sort of out of it. So first of all, I want to welcome Jamie the Batman on, all the way from that lurid, crime-ridden, corrupt city of Gotham. The Caped Crusader, the world's greatest detective, the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
How are you, Jamie? All right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
It's great to finally get you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
That's all right, mate. So, obviously, just the people watching, obviously, you don't have a YouTube channel yourself. Why not? Why is that? Why don't you? Have you considered starting one?
Quite a lot of people, actually. It's something I want to do, but I just don't know how to do all the editing and this. I've got a few subscribers.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't know how to do all the editing and this and that, and it's something that I really do want to do. Yeah.
Well, neither did we when we started. So you're that'll come to you in time. You should consider it, most definitely. And also, we have on from the home of Max Rokachansky and Mick Dundee. Comes Dan from Oceans Reviews from the land down under. How are you, Dan?
Yeah, pretty good. Doing good.
I've got a quick question for you. How do you get around without losing all the change in your pocket?
What do you mean? Is that supposed to be like a...
You're upside down, aren't you?
That's a good one. I'll drop that.
Also, I've heard rumours from people who are, these people who buy into what they called, like the moon landing being a hoax. I've heard rumours that koala bears are a hoax.
Yeah, there's a few stories that we tell foreigners about koalas to sort of, scare people off a bit. Like we call them drop bears. So and if you search up drop bears on Google, you'll see what it's like a big joke sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
a few things about it.
How's things going with your channel? Because I know that we don't see a great deal of you at the moment.
Yeah. No, I've got some plans on what to make next. I have recorded a few videos. I just need to edit them. So yeah, gonna get the ball rolling again. I probably won't be releasing videos as much as I did. It'd be more like maybe 2 to 1 video a week sort of thing, I think. Yeah.
Life's busy for you at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a bit of a change, but I still want to obviously, keep on making videos. I don't want to stop. So, yeah, because I like doing it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, like I did say earlier, there was something different about you. That's the glasses. Seeing you in glasses, and also, I'm not a fan of the red backdrop.
Oh no, you're not. Oh yeah.
Clashes with mine too much. But no, it's good to have you back on, both of you. It's great. And obviously, after those introductions, what else can I say? That we've got Matt from just up the road. Yeah, so Matt's back on. So brilliant. So I'm glad you came and joined us. That's fantastic. We've got 2 hours. Where's my banner? Why not put my banner on? Oh no, I won't put it on.
You got a banner now. That's like you've upgraded.
Well, no, I do use it. Sometimes it says, that it's only for 2 hours. So at the moment, we've got 7 people watching. I'm sure that we won't get too many because it's a lovely day out there.
Yeah.
The sun's shining. Lovely blue skies where I am anyway. Some nice white clouds. But we've got Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Afternoon.
Little Steve's on. How you doing, Steve?
Hello.
We need to get you on the channel, you and Big Steve at some point. Both together if we can, that'd be good. And Danny from This Is My Life with his new
Hello, Danny.
with his new image of Starfleet Command or whatever that Starfleet image is. Michael says outside is overrated, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Is outside overrated? No, that's where life happens while we're stuck in here on this.
Yeah.
Life is passing us by out there. So, fantastic having you on. So, just a little chat. Let's talk to the Batman. Let's get rid of that mess out of the way. So, Batman, Jamie.
Yeah.
Tell us about your affinity for this character and where it came from. When did this affinity start? When did your love of? Because obviously, this character has great meaning for you.
Yeah.
Great significance. So where's that come about? Where's that start? Where does your story with that start?
It kind of just started in like 2016. It's just like, it's just like I brought something Batman or something Batman appeared there. And then from then on, it just started to go from there, really.
Yeah.
And then obviously it was like 2019 and everyone, I think it was 2018 or 16, I was getting like Batman stuff for my birthday and stuff. And then I was starting putting Batman stuff in my flat. And then obviously I brought a Batman outfit from Heart Foundation for like a tenner. So I was wearing that to Comic Cons. And then 20, I think it was 2018. I think it was 2018. Yeah, I think it was 2018. My sister got me for Christmas, one of my Christmas presents. She took me to York. And she basically paid for me to have a Batman photo shoot. And it was like, it kind of felt like the moment that I became Batman, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not sure if you know this, but I don't have a mum or dad. The dad when I was younger, and because Batman don't have a mum or dad, it's just like a character that I can relate to.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
I noticed the canvas behind you on the wall. That's from one of the Arkham games, isn't it?
It's Arkham City, yeah.
Yeah, my middle son used to be a fan of those games. He would play them a lot.
Yeah.
There's one where the Joker dies at the end, isn't there? I think of the game. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my son was in tears. He was in tears. Seriously, he was crying his eyes out when the Joker died at the end of that game. I don't know why. He was very emotional. What a weird thing to cry about. But there we go. So it's great having you on, Jamie. So do you have a favourite Batman film?
It's The Dark Knight.
Good choice. And do you have a least favourite?
My least favourite, I do want to do a complete Batman ranking. I started it when the Batman was out. And then I didn't finish it, did I? I watched the Dark Knight trilogy. I got up to there and I didn't watch anymore, and I need to redo it from the beginning. But my least favourite Batman film, as of how far I got, I know this is controversial, but it's Batman Returns.
Okay. All right.
I just the best thing about the film was Keaton as Batman. I wasn't a big fan of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, and I weren't a big fan of Danny DeVito as Penguin.
Oh, interesting.
I do like Danny DeVito as an actor, but I just didn't I just weren't really a fan of him as the Penguin. But the one Batman film that's going to be the hardest one to place, and me and you have kind of the same feelings about this, is the Batman.
Yes.
It has like amazing scenes that are like you're proper crazy over, like the scene with the car chase. That scene's amazing. That just blew. He's amazing. It's the best scene in the entire film. It's like Penguin's amazing, Catwoman's amazing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of positives, but the big negative of the film is Paul Dano as the Riddler. You've got a 3-hour run time, and he's hardly in the film.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my least favourite thing of the film.
No, that's fair enough. And that is quite a controversial opinion. Dan, do you have a favourite Batman or least favourite film?
Well, I sort of have been going through the original films. I think Batman Returns might be a favourite. I feel like that's going to be one that's sort of creeping up there for me a little bit. I mean, The Dark Knight's always been, obviously up there, but it's slowly died down a bit. I think at the moment, my favorite would have to be Batman Begins, I think.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
And Matt, what about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously The Dark Knight is, fantastic. I mean, I enjoy the whole trilogy, all 3 films. I like, The Dark Knight Rises. I thought that was really good. My least favourite would have to be Batman and Robin. I'm afraid, but yeah.
Well, my least favourite is Forever. With the Batman a close second. I do prefer Batman and Robin over the Batman. I mean, I've gone into that a lot. I won't go into it again. Favourite wise, I'd say The Dark Knight.
I agree, it is The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think so. Do you know, though, that just a little aside regarding Batman, because obviously, Jamie, your favourite character is the Batman. Mine is the Punisher. That these 2 characters, even though they are Marvel and DC, have actually met in comics.
I have that.
Yes, back in I want to say sort of maybe 96, 97, that sort of year. Marvel and DC came together and they published 2 one-shot comics, one published by Marvel, one published by DC. The Marvel one had Batman go up against had the Punisher go up against Bruce Wayne Batman, and DC one had him go up against Azrael, who was a character that took the mantle of Batman when Batman had his back broken by Bane in the comics in the Nightfall storyline. The Marvel one was the best, and there's a great scene in it where Punisher's about to kill the Joker. He's got a gun to the Joker's head and he's going to pull the trigger, but Batman kicks the gun away just at the point of firing and saves the Joker. And the Punisher basically says to him, calls him weak, and that these people, he basically calls him out on the fact that he doesn't kill no one. These people always get put away and then come back out of prison to wreak havoc another day, because obviously, as we know, Batman has a fantastic rogues gallery of villains. There's so many of them. The Punisher doesn't have a real rogues gallery of villains because he kills everyone. But yeah, so fantastic. So I want to introduce a new segment into these chats, mine at least. So I've picked up. Sorry, I've dropped something out there. I've picked five goings on in the world of film and media to talk about that are in the news. So I want to kick off proceedings with Jonathan Majors.
Oh.
Kang. and what's going on with him. Obviously, there's been some abuse charges, I believe. I don't know if anyone can fill in the gaps, because I'll be honest, I haven't actually read. I don't pay too much attention to this stuff. I'm not overly interested in exactly what these individuals have been up to. It's the same with the Ezra Miller thing. I couldn't tell you exactly what he's done. I don't pay too much attention to it. All I know is Jonathan Majors is in trouble. Do we think that we're going to get a recasting of Kang in the MCU? And would that be an issue to you if that occurred? For those who have seen those films?
If you think about it, it's like, obviously Ezra Miller's done stuff, but it's like someone I follow on YouTube did a live stream, and he basically put like Marvel's got their own version of Ezra Miller now.
Yeah, that's true. But would you be okay with a recast?
Me?
Do you think it'd have much impact on things, on proceedings, if Kang was recast with someone else, another actor?
The thing is, if an actor's done bad stuff, obviously it depends on what they've done, but it's like, I like him as an actor, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people don't like Tom Cruise as an actor, but I think he's an amazing actor. It's like they've still got Ezra Miller. He's still the Flash at the moment, so they've still got Ezra Miller.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I think they've kept him on because of the Flash film. But I think when the Flash film's finished, they might drop him. I don't know. But as for Jonathan Majors, my friend did send me something saying, I don't know if it's true, but I think about The Rock possibly playing Kang.
What, Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but as soon as my friend sent me that,
I don't know about that.
I actually looked at that and I was like, yeah, I can actually see that. And he actually agreed. I think it could, if they recast, I think Dwayne would be perfect because obviously he's big and bulky, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit of a control freak though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he could pull it off, but I don't know what's going to happen with Kang because he's like the new Thanos at the minute. So they're basically setting him up as the new Thanos.
I know. So, anyone else got any opinion? Anyone else got any opinions on that? What do they think about it?
Well, I haven't seen Quantumania yet. No.
Sorry, mate?
Yeah.
I said we don't know the full story yet.
Yeah, no. So you've not seen Quantumania, Dan?
No. But I feel like, to be honest, it doesn't really matter if he gets recasted or not, because Marvel movies in general are just been really low quality recently, and
this is true.
It's just like a continuous downtrend.
Yeah.
So I feel like, either way,
Matt?
I mean, yeah, from what I heard, he's kind of been accused of breaking into this woman's flat and assaulting her. Now, the last thing I heard was that the defence had said that pretty much there was an alibi for him, and this was all going to be resolved pretty quickly. However, apparently it's not as clear cut as that. So yeah, it's an ongoing story at the moment. Now, obviously, I've seen Loki, the Loki series, so obviously he featured in that, and then obviously in Quantumania, he's obviously featured in that film, and obviously there's a mid-credit scene at the end, which I won't go into too much detail about it, but it gives you the impression that more is to follow, shall we say. I think whilst it could be recast because he hasn't been in that much at the moment. So if they're going to do something, they need to do it pretty quick to get him recast. But whether this issue is an ongoing thing and how long it's going to take, I don't know. I mean, it's a shame because the guy's just done Creed 3 as well. So he's quite sort of in vogue, shall we say, at the moment. Very much in the sort of forefront of, cinema. And for this to happen at this time, obviously, it's not good for his career. It was obviously, he's on the up, and now all of a sudden it could all come crashing down.
It was actually very good in Creed 3. There's some fantastic nuances in his performance that I enjoyed. As Kang, for me, I really couldn't care. I struggle with the fact that I don't see a threat level from Kang.
No,
not that level threat, because there's so many. It's variants, and in this film, essentially, you've had Ant-Man and Wasp defeat a Kang alone. So, see what I mean? Where's the threat other than en masse? That bit I don't get. For me, Kang, I was always a bit dubious about Kang being brought to live screen, because in the comics, Kang is never someone who is his face isn't revealed like what it is in the film. So completely different thing for me. So I couldn't really care in that sense. So we'll go on to the next news bit, but let's have a look. Simi Mackie says, "Hi chaps, hope you're all well."
Oh yeah, that's mate of mine. Yeah,
nice guy. This fella here says, Did I miss AJ's apology to the Batman? Apparently I'm meant to apologise to the Batman because of my disdain for The Batman, the film, which was Gareth's favourite film of last year. No accounting for taste, is there? Stephen says, "What's up, AJ, Matt and everyone?" Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
Hope you're well. I picked up Batman on VHS, plan to pick up the rest and upgrade my Blu-ray set to 4K, says Danny. So, Danny, do you actually have a VHS player? I know you're picking up all these VHSs at the moment. And do you watch Video Tasties, Gareth? Because he's very much a VHS, what's the word? Aficionado, shall we say. Yes. Replicant 70 said, "Happy Easter." Yes, it's Easter Sunday. This Sunday. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.
I'll come to the next comments in a minute, but let's go to the next bit of news. So, going from one variant to another, I transitioned this really well. Going from one variant to another, John Wick and its multiple releases.
Yes.
So, obviously, we've just had announcement of John Wick Chapter 4 getting its physical media releases, and we've had a bombardment of releases upon us. I don't know how things are down under, and I don't know what your thoughts on this are either, Jamie. Let's go with Dan first. What's happening down under with John Wick? Do we know?
I know that there's a Steelbook release coming out. I think, just Steelbook 4K Blu-ray. We're not getting we don't really get multiples of different releases. We usually just get Steelbook and then the 4K. We don't really get multiple variants or anything like that.
Are you aware of what's happening here in the UK with it?
No, I'd assume probably Zavvy's got their release or something. I know there's crazy amounts of multiple releases going on.
Okay, well, I'll let before we go to Jamie and his thoughts on this and that, let's go to Matt, because Matt's in the know, because Matt done a video yesterday on this.
I did do a video.
Fill us in on the goings on. How many releases are there of John Wick coming? Not counting the standard DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. Just how many have we got? How many are we looking at?
5.
What have we got to choose between? What?
5 there's 5 in the UK.
5.
You've got HMV actually are leading the way with 2 exclusives that they've got. A first edition exclusive which contains like a booklet and some art cards and a slip case. And I think a steelbook. I'm not 100% sure on that one. They've also got their own exclusive steelbook, which is a different design to everybody else. They've also got the standard steelbook release, which I think will probably be a worldwide release. And Zavvi have got that one as well. And then they've got this special collector's edition, which again is not an exclusive. It's actually available on Amazon and Zavvi. So they actually have 4 editions on their website, plus their standard 4K, Blu-ray and DVD releases.
Crazy.
Amazon are doing their own steelbook lenticular cover with an additional bonus disc of 20 minutes of content exclusive to Amazon, and they're doing the limited edition set that I said that's on HMV and Zavvi. And then Zavvi are just, there's no exclusives at the moment for Zavvi. It's just the standard steelbook and the limited edition. So yeah, five exclusives in the UK alone. That's quite impressive. Quite overkill, if you ask me. But yeah,
that is. Jamie, what about yourself? Are you a fan of John Wick?
Yeah, I love John Wick actually. As for the multiple editions, I knew there were quite a lot, but obviously, because obviously there's people with OCD who like certain things to match with sleeves and slip covers. It's like obviously they've done the first edition of John Wick 4, but the people that's got like the standard 4Ks is going to have another edition and it's not going to match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is they've never done a first edition of John Wick, so you know they're just going to bring all the previous. It's like with the Mondos on Marvel.
Yes, I think
they are doing. I'm not. This isn't spoiler or anything, but apparently they are meant to be doing another John Wick film. But I think Keanu Reeves said he'd only do it in one condition, or he had some conditions or something, and then they're doing the ballerina spin-off with Ana Diaz, and then I think there's something about the Continental a mini-series, or I don't know if this
TV show,
a mini-series about the Continental with Mel Gibson, but I don't know what's happening with that.
No, yeah, it's just keeping alive. I'll be up for it. I'll be up for the Ana de Armas one, most definitely. But yeah, so okay, so multiple releases on that. Where are we next? Let's talk about this morning. We got notification of an Ant-Man steelbook from HMV and not from Zavvi. Have Zavvi lost the contract? The Zavvi were the exclusive steelbook people for Marvel, I believe. Were they not?
They were, yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Zavvi was.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense at this juncture because you know this is the start of a new phase with Ant-Man, Quantumania. But how do we feel about that? Or do we not care?
I think it's a good thing. I think HMV, certainly from a packaging point of view, they seem to be far better than both Zavvi and Amazon at the moment. For, you know, obviously with your recent video about a damaged steelbook or steelbooks from Amazon, yeah, they've got a long way to go to get their sort of, just to get things sort of dispatched that aren't always damaged, because at the end of the day it's hitting their profits, because people are going to be returning this stuff, you know, for refunds. So I mean, I can't ever remember getting a steelbook from HMV that's been damaged, to be honest. So they've always had a good track record. So yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Oh. Jamie, do you get this sort of stuff? Do you get steelbooks or anything like that? What's your collecting habits?
Sir, my collecting habit is so obviously I've got a 3D TV.
Well, Matt's in 3D.
I'm Matt's impressed.
3D, at the moment, I've been on 3D for about a decade. I obviously earn a lot, about 150 3D films, probably more.
Wow, cool.
Obviously, I earn a lot, about, I need to count them all, but it's probably about a couple of thousand Blu-rays. During the pandemic and COVID and lockdown, obviously, I was getting a lot of my Blu-rays off Amazon and stuff. And at the time of lockdown, and I had like 300 steelbooks, and I was just and I started to wipe them and just give them all a clean and stuff. And because I was buying a lot of standard Blu-rays through lockdown and stuff, I've kind of gone away from the steelbooks, or I've tried to. And obviously, I've mixed my steelbooks in with my other films, my 3D films, because I was just trying to. It's just most of them was scratched and dented, and some of them do get a good money for. So I'm trying to just buy standard Blu-rays. But obviously, I do earn 4K steelbooks because set. If I've got like for example, Kingsman, the first one was standard Blu-ray steelbook, but obviously because I wanted Kingsman 2, Golden Circle, that was just 4K steelbook. And as of, I do own some like 4K films, like if it's DC stuff for the collection. But as of recently, my 3D TV is literally coming to the end of its life.
You got to replace it.
I don't know how long it's got left in it, but it's just taking a while to turn on and stuff. But the good thing about it is I can use it as an opportunity to upgrade to 4K.
Yeah. Do they still make 3D TVs?
No.
Not really.
I don't think we can get them now. They're just 3D's not really a thing now, is it? It's all 4K.
Yeah. So what are your options then as a 3D fan when that comes to pass? When your technology dies on you, what's your options? Are you just stuck with 3D discs that you can't use, or what?
Obviously, I am going to have to upgrade to 4K because I think it'd be easy to upgrade to 4K. But some 3D films do come with the 3D Blu-ray, but it also comes with the standard Blu-ray as well. So a 3D disc and a 2D disc, or the film might just be in 3D, but it'll have an option for 2D and 3D. So most of them, I can watch them because obviously they have the standard Blu-rays, but in the long run, majority of them will not be worth much to me. So I'm thinking of like trying to find that in the community and like see if anyone's still in 3D, and then obviously I could sell them or what.
Yeah. So Dan, do you get the Marvels? Oh, well, I know you were saying obviously you commented a little while ago that the Marvel films are on a decline, which I can't deny.
Yeah.
So do you? What happens with your steelbooks? Do you get steelbooks over there for the Marvel films?
Yeah, we do. We get we get the same releases like as you guys over in the UK, the same artwork and stuff like that. As of recently, we've been getting these weird sort of new releases as well. So we get this, they're like alternative artwork slip covers now, and they call them Boss Logic Edition. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's quite strange. It's like it comes with this alternate artwork, and they done it for the Multiverse of Madness and Love and Thunder recently.
What are they called? Boss
Logic editions.
All
Yeah.
right. I'll have a look into that. Just
Yeah,
to
you
add
can have
across-
a look. Yeah, have a suss at those. Yeah, they're quite different. They're not really my like sort of cup of tea, but
So
yeah,
they
we
are-
get like.
Sorry,
yeah,
go on. Go on.
No, we just get the same steel books as you guys. They like same artwork, pretty much. But yeah,
So these slips,
Yeah.
are they over the steelbooks or are they over standard Amarais?
I think they're standard Amarais. Yeah, I think they're 4Ks. Yeah, but they just come with the slips. I'm not sure if they come with anything extra. I think it's just the artwork. It's just alternative artwork, disc artwork, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything extra in there.
No. Matt, you won't be getting, will you? Because you'll try and get the 3D, will you? If there is a 3D one.
Oh, Quantumania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this seller, well, there seem to be a few sellers now sort of on eBay that are, you know, abroad. Obviously, these are bootlegs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've just ordered Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness on 3D. So that'll be coming, take a few weeks to get here, but yeah, I mean, I quite liked Quantumania. I quite enjoyed the film. Went to see it at the cinema, and I know a lot of people didn't think it was that great, but I actually quite enjoyed it. So yeah,
TV,
probably.
Matt.
Now I've got a projector.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So it's a 4K and 3D projector. I mean, it's not.
Oh wow!
It's not native 4K, but it's what they call an upscale. So it, and yeah, I do believe that you can still get projectors that have 3D built into them, but it's the TVs that, they don't make new 3D TVs, but you can still find them on eBay. You'll still be able to find 3D TVs on eBay. But I do have a TV that's 3D, but again, the 3D on it wasn't very good. There's a lot of ghosting, which is not an issue on the projector. I don't get that at all. It's great 3D. So I mean, I'm fortunate that I have a little room where I can display it on a screen. So I can still enjoy 3D. But yeah, I'd say your best bet, if you do like 3D, have a look on eBay. That's probably your best bet. Have a look on there. There will be 3D TVs on there. Cool.
So let's just jump into a comment because it ties in nicely with talking about Quantumania. Luke from Luke's Films Unboxings says he heard that Jim Carrey was offered the role of MODOK in Ant-Man Quantumania.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about that casting, but I wasn't a fan of what they'd done with MODOK. I did like the MODOK animated series, though.
Is Murdoch the guy who's basically the big CGI head?
Yes. Yes.
From Spy Kids.
I think it wouldn't have been a good take for Jim Carrey.
Seriously though, if you get I don't know if it's on Disney, but if you get the opportunity to watch the animated series they've done, the stop motion animated MODOK series, it's very funny. It's very good. Really worth watching. Very adult orientated as well. So, okay. Do you think the rest of the Terminator movies after Terminator 3 are horrible? Says John. Asks John.
It's an interesting question, that one.
So who wants to go first? I think they're all a waste of time, personally, because they were all meant to start a trilogy of films and not one of them managed it. So ultimately, they I can have fun with them.
For me, out of all of them, Salvation's probably the best one, I think. I quite liked it being set in the future. I thought Christian Bale was quite good as John Connor. I quite enjoyed that film. I think it's a bit underrated. But yeah, certainly the other two with Schwarzenegger in. Yeah, well, I mean, Genesis, no, it didn't actually have him in. Yes, it did. Yeah, it did have him in it, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Yeah. I just think that just got too confusing, and what they did with John Connor and that was just daft. But,
anyone else? What's your opinions on the Terminator franchise after 3?
So obviously, every 90% of people agree, or 99 nearly 100% of people agree that Terminator 2 is like one of the best films ever made. I love Terminator 2. I love Terminator 2. But I've heard the 4K is not very good.
no.
I've heard the 4K is not very good at all. So, yeah, I'd probably say Terminator 2 is the best, and then Terminator 1. I really do like Dark Fate a lot. And then I'd probably say, what's the other one you were just on about?
Salvation.
No, the one where they go back in time.
Genesis.
Genesis, yeah, I like Genesis. I think that is underrated. And then I'd probably say Terminator 3 and then Salvation.
Dan, what's your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I have to agree with Matt. I did like Salvation. Salvation was good. I thought that was a good one. I think my favorite would have to be the first one, though, to be honest, because it has like that bit more of a dark tone to it. Like it's almost horror-esque in a way.
Yeah.
I like that. It's pretty good. I don't know. I like Terminator 2 as well. I like the third movie as well. I always like the third one too. But yeah, but the other ones, the more recent ones, I've watched once. I'd never watch them again, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. So Danny says he ain't got a VHS player, but he's looking for a boxed mint condition one. I don't know about that.
No, best off having it on a car boot sale for a VHS. That's probably the best place, but again, you can't test it. But
I'll do 2 more messages and then get back to my news bit that I want to talk about. Okay, so has anyone purchased the new Star Trek Generations of First Contact in 4K? Replicant 70. He's a little bit disappointed with the picture quality.
oh, okay, that's interesting. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Now, I'm assuming that I have got Generations in 4K and I have watched it. I finished it last night.
Okay.
I need to put in the Blu-ray and sort of look at that as well. But I thought the colours were popping off the screen, especially the red uniforms. I thought that looked great.
Generation the one with Tom Hardy as the villain?
No, that's Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Generations is the one where Kirk and Picard meet, and Kirk dies. Spoiler. Anyone who ain't seen it in the past 30 years.
Yeah, over 30 years old.
I know. Jeez, it's nearly 30 years, isn't it? But yeah, so I thought the colours were nice. I did notice a difference between when they were on the planet towards the end and you had the blue skies. The grain was more present than what it was elsewhere within the film when they weren't planet side. But I really need to look at the Blu-ray and have a look at these scenes and see how they pop. Whether do you know what I mean? I noticed the same in those certain scenes that I picked out. I'll probably do that later today. Video Tasties, Gareth says, sorry I couldn't join today as a guest. 2 reasons. One, he's in Corfu, lucky. And 2, he wasn't invited again.
Ooh.
Just doing my head in. Wait, he's in Corfu? He better hurry back because I've got a Punisher watch on his channel. He's not been invited. We don't want him on. That's why he don't get invited. Okay, so next bit of news I want to talk about. Look at that. I'm not that up today. It looks great.
News.
It's not even centered. Shazam. the Shazam turnaround. All of a sudden, yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, we got news that we're not dropping Shazam in 2 weeks' time on the 18th. We're dropping it for you live tomorrow. So you can go buy on your, well, as in today now, it's out today, on your streaming sites or wherever you can buy it, like iMovie, Apple, is it, and things like that. So Shazam, it came out, I want to say the 17th of March in the cinemas and flopped badly, as we know. And today you can actually go and watch it on streaming, on, you know, you can pay to download it, whatever it is, whatever they call these things.
Wow.
Is that the quickest turnaround?
About 3 weeks, that. Yeah.
I don't know.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
How crazy is that? What are your thoughts on that one?
I personally think they're just doing it just to make a bit more money off it because obviously it flopped, didn't it? So yes. I think they just want to bring it out a bit more quicker on streaming so they can try and make a bit more money off it.
But does this have a negative effect on you wanting to go to the cinema and see films?
The thing is, my local cinema is down the road. It's literally my local cinema is about 5 minutes down the road, and I go with my friend on a Friday night. Obviously, we haven't been for a couple of weeks, or just over a week, and yeah, it's like 5 minutes down the road. But the nearest decent cinema is like about half an hour drive, and then about another 15-20 minutes there's another cinema that's like bigger. So the nearest cinema is about over half an hour away ish.
Yeah.
Well, obviously about 5 minutes down the road don't bother me. It doesn't get every single new release, but it's doable. It's a film in it.
Yeah, so what about Dan and Matt, what are your opinions on the speed of these turnarounds? Does it put you off? Has it surprised you that's come that quick? Does it put you off of going to see new films because of, you know, oh, I might as well wait?
Go then.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, no. I guess, I mean, yeah, obviously it's to try and make a bit more money out of it, you know, so they just release it quicker on streaming and things like that. But no, I'll still go to the cinema, like when I get the chance. You know, there's nothing beats a good cinema experience. Yeah, I'm still happy to go to the cinema, well knowing that, you know, that movie might release in a couple of weeks' time on streaming. Yeah, I don't know. It's enjoyable. Yeah.
Do you not get issues with people, disrespectful individuals in the cinema now who just don't shut up, don't care, and you're sat there wondering why did you even pay the ticket price to come in, the whole film through chatting and on your phones?
Well, surprisingly, I went and saw John Wick 4. You know, when it on the first sort of week, you know, when it released, and the cinema wasn't even like quarter full. It's like maybe people aren't really going anymore, or like, you know, you'd think John Wick, it'd be packed, it'd be full, there'd be no seats, but it was actually a pretty quiet sort of viewing, which was really surprising. So I feel like, I haven't had really much of an issue with that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Matt, what about you? Oh, sorry, go on. Sorry, Dan.
No, that's it. No, that's it.
I'll have you.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. So what about yourself, Matt?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, yeah, it is kind of a bit of a worrying trend, if you ask me, that we're getting so much, things are becoming far more readily available on streaming, and a lot of the younger generation, I'm not saying all, because I'm sure people of all ages, but there's certainly more of tendency to want to, you know, stream it on your phone. people watching films on their phones. And I do think that, yeah, if we're not careful, you could see the death of the cinema because people just won't go to the cinema and they'll just close them. And I do think that I mean, I admit myself that I don't go to see every film at the cinema. For me, it's become more of an event. So if it's like a certain film, like The Flash, for example, planning on going to see that in the summer. Dune Part 2 as well. Those sort of films, for me, I want to see it on the big screen. I went to see Avatar 2 at the big screen. But John Wick, for me, I'm quite happily wait for that to come on 4K disc. But for a lot of people, yeah, they'll just stream it. Now, whether they stream it legally or illegally is another matter, but it's there for them to do it. It's gone are the days of waiting for. I mean, you and I can remember, AJ, sort of, a film will come out at the cinema and then you would wait probably 12 to 18 months before it, even maybe longer, then it would come out on VHS.
Yep. Longer.
We've seen in the last few years, there's literally down to about 12 weeks now before, once you've had the cinema run, that is then available. Well, even quicker on digital. I think it's probably about 12 weeks, and then further few more weeks is then available physically. So we've seen that come down from 18 to 12 months down to literally 3 months now. But now, like you're saying, if a film doesn't do very well at all, bombs, let's get it out on a streaming platform ASAP, because we've got to recoup some of the money. Obviously, they've invested money in it. They need to get something back. But yeah, I think it's it could damage the cinema going forward. The only way I can see it staying is if cinemas really make it an event for you to go. It's an experience. It's something different. You go, you have a meal. And they really make it a really good experience, something different to what you just get in the home. And that's the only way forward, to be honest.
No, but yourself and Jamie, yeah, I mean, it's about money. It's about recoup. They want these film flops. They need it out as quick as possible before it gets forgotten about. And that's the problem. These films are forgotten about so quick now. And I think that's to do with the amount of film that's coming. Because back in the day, an event film, you only got 2 or 3 a year. Now it's every week. Every week. And it's a crowded marketplace and easily forgotten, these films. And they need that recoup as quick as humanly possible. Let's have a look at what Luke says. Luke says, now doing an awesome looking steelbook for John Wick 4. The steelbook has the 4K and Blu-ray on Zavvi for 35 quid, which is not that bad. What's the Zavvi one, Matt? Do you know that off the top of your head? What one are they doing? I can't remember.
Zavvi, it's the standard steelbook. I think that'll be a worldwide release, and I think that's 35. But again, cost of those has gone up, isn't it? They were $29.99, but now they're 32 or 35 pounds since since inflation's gone sky high. And then that special box set, I think that's about 55 quid, something like
that. Dan, what's the time there in Australia? Are you in the middle of the night?
12, yeah.
Midnight. Oh, ain't that bad for you.
No, it's not that bad. I'm used to it.
Adrian says, happy Easter. Happy Easter, Adrian. Hope you're well.
Happy Easter.
Traction Star of the Dows. Happy Easter, gents. Says, I'm not a superhero fan, but love the Batman, Jamie. You're the best.
Oh, thank you.
Interesting video about Amazon, AJ. Have they contacted you about better packaging? No, they won't. There won't be no, because Amazon, this is to do with, if anyone ain't aware, I bought the steelbook for Babylon, It came with a dent on it, one dent. I contacted Amazon. Yeah, I contacted Amazon. They sent me a replacement before me sending the original one back. Second one came and it's got 4 dents on it. I've contacted them again. They've actually refunded me and told me to keep both dented steelbooks and do whatever I want with them. So essentially I've got them for free, which is £70 down the drain for Amazon. However, for them to package them in better packaging would be far more costly than for them to swallow the cost of damage. And that's why they won't use better packaging, because it works out cheaper for them in the long run, believe it or not. They don't care that it's damaged. They don't care that they have to give you a refund. That's the crux of it. The geezer on the line even said to me, "I'm not even, I can't even promise you that if we send you another one, that it will be in different packaging." And it's all about the environment, using less.
Something I noticed the other day that again, Amazon have crafted doing this. If you don't have Amazon Prime, free delivery used to be £20. You pay for anything over £20, it was free delivery. I noticed the other day that's crept up to £25 now.
Well, I do remember when it was £10.
Yeah, and I do think it's still that for books, or it might be free delivery on £10. But yeah, obviously you're covered if you've got Amazon Prime. But yeah, I noticed that the other day. So yeah,
mental. But there we go. Off to see the Mario movie at 6. Of all things, anyone excited? Anyone interested in Mario the movie?
I am, but I've not watched a single trailer, so I just want to go. I want to watch it, but I don't really watch film trailers now because they just reveal too much.
Dan, what about yourself?
I think I'll probably wait until it comes out. Yeah.
Is it not an IP you've really had anything to do with as a game?
I've played the latest Mario game. It's not something I grew up with though. So I don't really have a big love for the character or the franchise or nothing like that. But the movie seems it looks like fun. It looks like something I could sit down and watch. So, but it's not something I'd go out to the cinema for or anything really. But yeah, I think I'll just wait.
Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I have to be the same as Dan. Really, it's not something I grew up with. I've sort of dabbled in a few of the games over the years, but no, it's not really something that I'd rush to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I probably played a little bit of Mario Kart on the Wii with kids, but it's never the IP itself is not something I've really had anything to do with. So for me, I'll probably watch the film. I don't know. That's about it as far as it'll go. So we'll have to see what happens. It's I suppose, I don't know. I mean, the Pokemon film I didn't like. I tried watching it, couldn't get into it, and Pokemon was something I've never had anything to do with. So, and I did try the film, and so I might go the same way with Mario. I don't know. Trev's here. Double Bill Movies. Hey, Trev, how you keeping? Trev says Terminator Rise of the Machines had the wrong guy playing John Connor. Genesis tried too hard to reboot it. As a trilogy, I'd want Salvation. T1 and T2.
Yeah.
What was his name who played him in Nick Stahl. Nick Stahl, I think his name was. He played John Connor in Terminator 3. Silver Surfer is here. Norin Rad. Hello, gents. What's all your thoughts on A24? Do you enjoy the films they put out?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that do a lot of the folk horror recently, aren't they? I actually watched Pearl the other night. Actually, that's an A24 release, and yeah, I didn't mind it. Kind of felt it was very much similar to X. I know you said you preferred it, AJ, but yeah, I just felt it was along the similar sort of lines. Okay, there wasn't the sexploitation part of it, I suppose. It was set in the past. But yeah, it was all right. I didn't mind it, but I wouldn't necessarily be that fussed about watching it again anytime
Okay,
soon.
it did surprise me because it was more, whereas X was more of a, let's just slasher type of a affair more than anything else. I thought Pearl was a good sort of delve into the psyche of this character and the journey of her becoming the character that she becomes. Dan, do you like A24 films?
Yeah, I've watched a couple, I think. Everything Everywhere All at Once, that's an A24, right?
I don't know.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But yeah, that was okay. I'm surprised it won, so many awards though, as it did. I didn't expect it to win that many awards. I want to watch The Whale though. That's an A24 title, I'm pretty sure, with Brendan Fraser in it.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind checking that out. That seems quite good. Because he won Best Actor for that.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think I'd like to check that out. That's coming out soon. We haven't gotten a release yet for that, but I think this month we're getting a release. So I'll probably pick that one up. Yeah,
it was a decent film. Brendan Fraser deserved the award that he got for that. Jamie, you said yes straight away when we mentioned A24. Can you list some A24 films?
Do you know I'm not a massive fan of A24 films, but I've watched quite a few. I've watched Hereditary, which I think was a masterpiece, but Toni Collette was robbed of an Oscar for her amazing performance. Midsommar was a masterpiece.
What's that? What's the second one?
Midsommar.
Oh yeah.
There's Bodies, which I've got that to watch. I don't even know what it's about.
Is that A24, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Never heard of it. I can't say I've heard of that one.
And you're gonna hate me for this, but I know you don't like this film, but I watched it about a few months ago and I loved it. But the thing is,
Men, isn't it? I know it.
God.
I went in completely blind. I didn't know anything, and I thought, I just get it and watch it, and I thought it was really good.
I don't judge people for their films they like, because it's all subjective at the end of the day. Interestingly enough, Hereditary I didn't finish. Midsommar I don't like, and Men I don't like, and X I don't like.
I haven't watched X, but I know Pearl's a prequel to X.
Yes.
And then they're doing another one, which is, I think it's a sequel to X.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But I do want to watch
Maxine.
Maxine,
3 X's. Yeah.
So
A24.
I've not watched any.
A24 for me, I don't know, hit or miss really. Probably more misses, honestly. But yeah. So, to mention Scott.
Right.
To mention how you keeping, mate. True Action Sardale says, I like your videos, AJ. You're honest and frank. How do you know my real name? Your streams, you talk about some generally interesting topics. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. And what can I say? I do like to be honest and as frank as I can be. Me and the wife checked out Dungeons and Dragons, and surprisingly, it was quite good. You're not the first person I've heard say that, actually, about Dungeons and Dragons. Anyone interested in it?
Which surprises me because from the trailers, I just thought, oh, this is going to bomb. But no, from what I've heard, sounds to be, people are liking it.
Anyone else got interest?
Might see it. I've heard it's actually quite good, and it also sort of is pretty similar to Dungeons and Dragons in general, of course. Like, but it's a good tribute to those who actually play like Dungeons and Dragons, I've heard. So, it might be interesting to watch. Yeah, I think I might check it out.
Batman, what's your thoughts?
Believe it or not, I actually really do want to watch Dungeons and Dragons. It does I've not really been done a little bit with his film, but I've heard it is meant to be really good, and I won't be surprised if they're going to milk this into a franchise.
Sure. I mean,
it does look really good. I really do want to watch it.
Yeah, my opinion on it, I'll be honest, is it's one of those films that would pass me by, that would just come and go, and I could easily not see. But because people have said some positive things about it, I'll probably check it out. And hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised because my expectation is considerably low. Where are we? I've lost my position. True Action Star of the Dale says, True Action Star of the Dales. A new Little Mermaid and Peter Pan remake looks shocking. Why ruin our childhood classics? Woke generation yet again. I'll be honest, I've not watched the Peter Pan trailer. Not seen nothing about it because I love Hook. Hook, I think, is a fantastic film. One of my favourite films, I will say. I adore the film. And Little Mermaid, I've never even seen the animated Little Mermaid film. So I will be interested in seeing the Little Mermaid, but it will be blind to, I won't see it as a remake of the cartoon. And, but yeah, I mean, I know the woke stuff you're talking about in that, obviously. Anyone else interested in them or not interested or have a thought on them?
As I said earlier, I don't watch trailers. I've not watched the trailer for it, but I do want to watch it. I do like the Disney live actions. It's like some are better than others, but I think the weakest Disney live action we've had, it made a lot. It made a lot of money. It's in like the highest grossing films or something in the top 10 or top 15, and that's Lion King. And I didn't like it. I wasn't a big fan. I think it's probably the weakest.
Okay. Dan, what's your thoughts on the Disney revival of CGI animated films, I suppose, rather than being live action, aren't they, almost?
Honestly, I just don't like any of them. Yeah, I think I watched Aladdin.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty terrible. I don't. The Peter Pan one, I've heard things about it, but it just everything I've heard just doesn't sound good to me. It just doesn't sound like it's going to be a good film to watch.
I mean, I've not even seen Aladdin. I'll be honest. I've never. Okay,
it's amazing.
This might shock some people. I've never seen the Aladdin animated film.
Okay, we need to change that.
Nor the live action.
The thing is with Aladdin in the original, obviously the genie in the original is blue. And obviously, everyone was expecting Will Smith to be like blue in the film. And when people saw him in the trailer, there was all these memes going round about Will Smith as blue. And the thing is, he is blue in the film, but he's not blue for the entire thing as the genie. And he is the best thing about the film.
What did they do with him? Did they make him pink?
No, he's just his normal colour. He is blue. He is blue. I think he's blue about a couple of times or whatever. But other than that, he's just mainly playing himself, just mainly being himself.
Oh no. I was just winding you up. He's black in it. Oh no. Matt, what's your thoughts on these Disney cash grab movies?
Yeah, very much as what you just said, really. I mean, it's not really. I've dipped in and out of Disney stuff. It's mainly for the kids, really. From my point of view, I did watch the Mulan, live action one. I don't think I'd ever seen the Disney animated one, and that was all right. That was okay. But yeah, it's just one time watch for me, really. If it's on, it's on. But I wouldn't rush out to see it or buy it. No.
That's fair enough. I'm being set up here, aren't I?
Have you guys ever switched off a film?
Yeah. So have you guys ever switched off a film? I have tried to check out some superhero films and I couldn't stand it. So switched off, not my genre, unfortunately.
You have it, Jay. You've done it.
Who? Me?
Yeah. Schindler's List.
He's a known suspect for it.
List.
I did switch Schindler's List off, you're right. But I have watched it since and I have reviewed it. And it's a good film. I just weren't in the mood for it that day. So come on then, let's all pick a film that we've switched off. Let's delve into it.
I've done it.
With what?
It's a film that's actually the film 1917. It was getting really good reviews. Everyone was saying it's a masterpiece, and there was a lot of hype around it. Sam Mendes directed it, and I thought, I'll give it a watch, see what it's like, because people have said it's meant to be filmed like one continuous shot. And I thought, I'll watch it. Got about 45 minutes in, or about 40 odd minutes, and I just turned it off because there was nothing grabbing my attention. There was just nothing investing me, and I didn't really care about the characters. There was just nothing grabbing my attention, so I turned it off.
Cool. Dan, what about yourself?
I'm trying to think, because I know there's been at least one or two as of recently, not too recent, but so I think Licorice Pizza I turned off. Yeah, because I didn't like that film at all. I know how you feel about it, but I wanted to give it a go because everyone was just raving about it, weren't they? Like they were just going on about it, this film. I expected a lot from it, but I just, I don't know.
No, that's fair enough. It didn't work for me. So what about yourself, Matt?
Okay, I'll probably get strung up for this one, but
what? Any worse than what I did for Schindler's List?
Well, could be for a lot of people, but the Goonies. I turned off the Goonies only because I'd never watched it as a child back in the 80s, and I know a lot of people, but for a lot of people, it's one of those 80s classics. And I get it. I can understand if you grew up at that time and you watched it. It's very much what we did back then. Adventure, going out, all the rest of it. But watching it as an adult, it was just annoying me. The kids screaming all the time, and just turned it off. Didn't like it.
No, that's fair enough. It's a product of its time, definite, and I think it needs that nostalgia factor. And for you to have seen it as at that sort of age at that time. It was magical in that if you caught it then. As you know, I mean, I will quickly cover. Obviously, I did used to do a series of one I switched off, but why? Schindler's List was in there. I did switch Schindler's List off. I got a lot of crap for it, shall we say. I have since watched Schindler's List. I did review it after watching it as well. It was more a case of I just weren't in the mood for the film at the time, more than anything else. And that can happen with anything. I go and put on my favourite film, and if I'm not in the mood, I'll switch it off. I've got to be in a certain mindset for it. And that was the case with that. So, yes, but I did go, but others, I've switched others off, yes. I will switch a film off if I am completely uninterested in it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Another.
I did that as well, yeah.
I couldn't, I've tried twice getting into this film and I couldn't get into it. Twice I switched it off.
Got about 30 minutes into it and just wasn't for me.
I'll jump back. I just want to say, HF Movie Productions is in. Hi, Keeping. Now, HF Movie Productions, this is a small channel. I say, yeah, he's on with us in 2 weeks' time. I just want to say that. He's a young guy, very passionate with what he does, very clued up, interesting stuff on his channel. Worth checking out. He's with us in 2 weeks on the 22nd. Let me jump back up. There we go. So True Action Star Dow says, I miss swashbuckling films and adventure films where it's about fun and escapism. We don't need to be told by Hollywood we're progressive. There's been countless strong female characters before now. Go and tell that to Jennifer Lawrence, because apparently there wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there is. There's a. There's an issue, isn't there, in Hollywood? We are being. It's agenda driven. A lot of it is agenda driven, which is very unfortunate. Are we going to get used to it? Are we going to be able to see past it? I think in some cases it's feasible. And every now and then you do get a film that doesn't seem to... And the one I keep citing that I watched recently was Gerard Butler in Plane. It just seemed to be fun action, harking back to the 90s, with nothing in it that seemed to be driven by an agenda. No tick box exercises within, like a lot of films are these days. What do you think of that sort of stuff? Do you think it's ruining film, Jen?
Yeah. I think, again, you don't want to feel like you're forced to have a certain, it's got to be like this and, you need to conform to it. Well, hang on a minute. We had strong female leads years ago, and it was never forced, and it was perfectly fine. I think I'm hoping that we're just going through a bit of a period at the moment where this agenda is really being, forced on us. Maybe because of the Harvey Weinsteins of the world and all of this. It's a backlash against that. I can understand it to a degree. We don't want people in the world like that either. We don't need all of that. But let's just get to a point where it's done in the right way. So you've got a strong female lead in the film. There's no agenda behind it. It's just as it is, as we've had, years ago. I mean, Ripley from Alien. I mean, from the 1970s onwards, she was a very strong character. But there was no agenda behind it, you know what I'm saying?
So Dan, what about yourself? Because you're somewhat younger than us. So, how old are you, Dan? Can I ask? I've probably asked that
24.
before. Okay, so you're Christ Almighty. You're the same age as my son, my oldest son. Jesus Christ. So anyway, so what's your? You come from you're the same generation as him, so your outlook on this is probably different than ours. So what's your take on it? What do you? Interesting. I mean, I'm not saying that in a way of trying to set you up for failure with an answer or anything like that, because
no, I know what you mean, because it's like different generations.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've sort of I've grown up, I guess.
Yes.
Sort of aligned with this sort of how it is in the world at the moment.
Yeah, with a certain mindset in yeah. So how do you perceive it?
I mean, pretty much what Matt said. Like everything is just like that's what I think as well, to be honest. I mean, all the movies that we had, back in the 80s, those are the things that I like. The things that have come out today that are sort of agenda driven, they have this woke sort of agenda, I'm not on board with at all. Like I don't like it at all. I know some people that are around my age are a bit different, and they're all about that. They're more, I guess, I don't know, like what is it, like a hobby or something, or they're into it. No, it's not really for me. I sort of liked it, or like it when movies are they're grounded, like you said about Plane. They just keep it about the movie and just everything else. It doesn't have to be driven by some sort of agenda, or there's no like tick boxes that we need this in here to make people feel good about it. I just like a good grounded film that's just has nothing to do with that, just steps away from it. I don't know. I feel like I can't remember like a movie that I've seen recently that hasn't done that. Like that hasn't done that. I mean,
Plane's the one I can really speak to. That just felt of an era gone by, of a film of an era gone by, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. It was refreshing to see that. It was great. What about yourself, Jamie? Do you have any opinions on the Hollywood of an old, with the fun films that were just escapism without being any sort of need for a progressive stance?
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. It's just we don't really get many films now that are just like escapism. It's all about superheroes and this and that, and just
Cool. So True Action Sal says the wife is out picking clothes in next. I'm just sitting in Costa waiting for her. I wonder what the damage will be with the receipt. Is that a Costa receipt? Costa itself is extortionate. Here's a cheeky question: if you could have a calendar of any actress in your movie room, who would you have plastered on the wall? I'd say Kate Beckinsale, says True Action Star of the Day.
Good choice.
So I do have a calendar in my movie room. It's of Kelly Brook. That's a yearly thing. Does she class as an actress? Well, she has been in some stuff. She was in the movie 3. She was in Smallville for a while. She was in Piranha 3D. And she was in a television series called... It eludes me, but she was in... I know I've got it on Blu-ray, where she's in the leather-clad suit and it's a sci-fi type thing. Mutant Hurlant Chronicles. She done an episode of that. So does that class? I don't know, but there's my answer. Anyone else? If they could.
Florence Pugh for me, I think.
Who? Sorry, Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. She's quite attractive.
Yeah.
Dan?
I'd probably say Anna de Armas. Is that how you say her name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay, yeah.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. She's nice herself, and she's she's forming a nice little sort of career for herself in film. She's pretty good.
Doing well.
Yeah. Matt, what about yourself?
I'm going to be greedy and say 2.
Oh, I know. Can I say? Wait there. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write it down, and as he says it, I'm going to raise this card. Go on.
Yeah. Jerry Ryan.
I've spelt it wrong. Jeri, but I've got it. It's Jerry Ryan.
Yeah. And Margot Robbie as well.
All right, that's it. That's
Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Forgot about Margot Robbie.
You and your Jerry Ryan. We did get to see her actually at
We
Comic-Con.
did, yeah. All masked up. But
She was masked.
yeah, she was, yeah.
Luke says, hi there, Oceans Reviews, Batman, AJ and Matt. How are you all today? Have any of you started watching The Flash? I suppose this is the latest season or the final season of The Flash, I'm guessing. My answer is no, I haven't. Anyone else watch The Flash TV show?
No, I need to.
No, actually got into it.
I did pick up series 1 and 2 on Blu-ray last Saturday from CX. I think they were about a couple of quid each, and it was about £3 something each. And I thought I'll get them both and give them a watch because I do want to get into The Flash actually.
Yeah. And Dan, you're not a fan of that stuff, are you?
No, I mean, I started watching The Flash.
Okay.
I did pick up season 1 till 3, but I just haven't gotten back into it yet. Things taken hold.
I'll be honest. I mean, I still haven't watched the last season of it. I started it and I didn't finish. So I've got to go back and watch that season before I watch this season. It's just there's so much of it now. There's so much superhero, and fatigue is a thing. There we go. So also we've got Tally Putt Palmer here. Hi Tally,
Yep.
how are you doing? Now, Tally's got a channel of her own. I think she's just hit 50 subs on it, if I'm correct in thinking. I think Matt's arranging for her to come on one of the streams.
Yeah, next week.
Yes, that'll be good.
Yep.
Here we go. Thoughts on the Barbie trailer?
Oh.
Everyone is in it. I'm expecting the Crankies to pop up. Do you know what? I will watch it. It's Margot Robbie as Barbie. Come on.
Yeah. That's about the only good thing.
Fair enough.
You got to weigh it up, isn't you?
Yeah.
Barbie, Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I don't mind Ryan Gosling either. I think he's quite a good actor. So as long as it's played very much tongue in cheek, I might enjoy it. Anyone else?
That's what I get from the trailer. It's very tongue in cheek, but no, it's just not for me.
Come on, who else is going to watch it?
I watched it, but as I said, I've not watched the trailer yet. But I reckon it is going to be. I don't know how they're going to do it, but the Barbie Girl song.
Yes.
Can you actually use that or not, or is it because of licensing?
I'm sure they could use it and pay it. It wouldn't be an issue to them. I'm sure it wouldn't be overly expensive to use.
I heard they weren't allowed to use it or something, but I don't
really?
know if it's changed now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'd be able to. It'd be an issue to afford it. If they want to pay that much, I don't know. So Dan, what's your thoughts?
Probably going to go see it opening night, I reckon.
Are you serious? Are you like...
No, I'm not. I think it'll be pretty good, to be honest. I'm curious. I do like Ryan Gosling, so I mean Margot Robbie, as you said. I mean, come on, Barbie and Margot Robbie. I mean,
well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Any draw for me, I suppose.
Yeah. That's going to buy that on 4K just for that.
James has popped in. Hi, guys. Thought I'd pop in before work. Lovely sunny day. How you doing, James?
James.
Very nice. Very warm here, actually.
You started watching, or you're under glass, aren't you, Matt?
I am, yeah. Very good as well.
Started watching the Hammer Network series I picked up in sale. Very impressed. Cool. Stephen says, any more dented steelbooks, AJ? Nope. I'll keep you updated if there are and when there are. I'll say when there are, not if there are. Are you planning on getting arrows in the sale? I did look through the arrow sale that was on Zavvi, actually. But there was nothing there that really spoke to me. I certainly won't get nothing just for the sake of it. Anyone else?
I didn't know there was an arrow sale on.
No, I know Zavvi has a section for it. I just came across it. But that's the thing. I don't collect a label of film.
No.
I don't, you know, if there's a film within the Arrow label that I want, then I'll get it. But beyond that, so when you go in there and look at them, it would be a case of buying something just for the sake of buying it because it's on sale, which isn't the right thing for me to do.
Yeah. I'm tempted by the Waterworld 4K Arrow box set that's coming out. I think
that'd be a good one.
I know they brought out the Blu-ray version, which you've got, haven't you, AJ?
Yeah, see, I was confused because Stephen Luther pointed me towards this, Stephen there. And I said, I've already got that. But yeah, it's the Blu-ray one, which is exactly the same as that set with all the bumps, as far as I'm aware. But then I've got a Waterworld 4K separate, which I got in a sale. So essentially, haven't I got it?
Yeah, the 4K Waterworld was released by Universal because I've got that. I got it in a sale.
Yeah.
Still sealed. I haven't actually watched it, but that's the theatrical cut on 4K.
So what's this?
And then it's got the extended cut on Blu-ray in that set. But this,
and the Ulysses.
No, don't think it has the Ulysses. There's 3 cuts on that limited edition box set for the Blu-ray, and they'll be on the 4K set. So that's go on.
So the Ulysses cut exists on my box set then?
Yeah, but it won't exist. It's not on the 4K set that you've got. There's only 2 cuts on that.
Yeah, no, but when you get the Arrow 4K set, the Ulysses cut isn't in 4K, is it?
No, it's on Blu-ray.
So essentially, I've got the set because I've got a 4K Arrow. I've got a 4K Waterworld, and I've got that box set. So everything contained in the 4K box set, I've already got existed over two different releases.
Yeah. The only difference is that the 4K will be produced by Arrow, and you've got the Universal edition. I'm interested to see because on the Universal edition, it's got a DT. I know this isn't relevant for you because you're not really into the sound, but it's got a DTS-X soundtrack on that Universal title, and I'd be interested to see whether it's got that same mix on the Arrow 4K or whether it's just a 5.1.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we'll have to see what's happening with that. James said that he would love to meet us both one day.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've got a trip planned. Where are we meeting up next, Matt?
Well, I think we're meeting up with Chris, aren't we, next?
Yeah, and where are we going for that?
Northampton.
Oh, yeah, that's it. We're going Northampton.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm always planning on coming down. Well, I'll be coming down to see you at some point in London. I mean, we're on about, well, if we can get tickets to it, go to the BFI IMAX to see Flash in London. I've never been there, and I think it'd be really, it'd be a great experience if we can get there. So, but yeah, we'll definitely come down to London again sometime this year. When whether we do that or whether we just go around a few shops. And
Yeah.
definitely.
We'll see what happens. So, Jamie, this is a question for you.
Yeah.
Batman. What's your favourite scene from a Batman movie? You can only choose one from Jim Jam. Do you have a favourite scene in all of the Batman films? Actually, everyone can answer this question. So get your thinking hats on of the Batman films you've seen, and if you've got a favourite scene.
Oh, that's a tough one. That is it. It's got to be one from a scene from the Dark Knight trilogy, but I don't know which one because there's that many good ones.
Yes, there are. Anyone got one?
I'd actually quite like to say the scene with Michelle Pfeiffer Batman Returns when she's in the department store. And that's a great scene where she, you see her become Catwoman.
Are you talking about where she's like whipping the heads off of the thingamajigs?
Yeah.
I thought you was going to go with the scene where she's laid on the bed.
Well, there's that one as well. Yeah.
And she's got the bird in her mouth.
Yeah, there's that one as well. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Dan, you got one? Or do you want to think?
I've got a couple. I mean, yeah, definitely from the Dark Knight trilogy.
Go on.
I'd probably say like the scene with the Joker at like the sort of the dinner party.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, in the Dark Knight. I thought that was pretty good.
When he makes his entrance and goes up to Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and says, "Do you know how I got these scars?" And that bit.
Yeah. That was pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably that was the most memorable, I guess. Something like that.
I've got to say, I love the truck flip in the Dark Knight when he's on the back pod.
Yeah.
And that truck gets thrown over.
Yeah.
I think that looks magnificent. I think that's wonderfully shot, and also the underpass chase with the Batmobile when it goes it takes the garbage truck on it like that.
Yeah.
That's my choices. Jamie, still waiting on you.
I don't know. It's a tough one. There's that many good scenes in the Dark Knight trilogy. It's hard.
I know, but you got our answer. We can't move on until you give Jim Jam a concrete answer of this.
Oh.
If you had to pick one now to watch on YouTube, what scene would you watch?
On the Dark Knight?
Any Batman you want.
It'd probably be the Batpod scene, not the Batpod. I do like the Batpod scene in Dark Knight Rises, and in the Dark Knight, I do like the where he has the Bat bike. I do like that scene, but this scene, it is a scene, but it's not really a scene. It's like it's kind of satisfying. It's like the ending to the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah. What the scene where they're at the table?
Yeah.
And Michael Caine sat across on another table from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Cool. What's Johnny watching? Hello, everyone. Hello, Johnny.
Like the sign, Blockbuster. Cool.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
Like his logo.
First time checking out our channel. Thank you very much for checking out. Do you have a film that is difficult to watch?
Schindler's List. Very difficult film to watch.
Anyone else?
Joker's a bit of a hard watch.
Okay. Any reason why?
Because at the beginning, he's just a normal, happy man living a normal life, and he just wants to make people happy, and then he just starts to go bad and deteriorate, if it makes sense.
That's a great film. However,
I love the Joker.
I've said this before, though. And this, every time I watch it, I dislike it more and more as a Joker film, but like it more and more as a film. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think it needed to be Joker. It's a fantastic film in its own right. It's a good film.
Have you seen the? Because they've just wrapped filming on part 2. There's a lot of stuff coming out at the moment showing sort of photographs of
Lady Gaga
as Harley Quinn. And we're getting a lot of stick for it apparently, but I think she'll do a good job, because I thought she was quite good in what was the film?
Star is Born.
I thought she was very good in that, actually.
Yeah,
and it was nice to actually see her stripped down without all the makeup. I thought she's quite an attractive woman, actually, without all that glamour. I thought, naturally I thought I'd like to see more of her like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is a family-friendly chat, Matt. There you are, fighting a woman in skin-tight leather.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Right. No. Now you're saying Lady Gaga stripped down, right? This is taking a dark turn.
Oh dear.
I don't know what's going on. Well, I've lost my train of thought now. Yes.
No.
I think she's inspired casting. I'll be honest. I think that she'll be pretty damn good at it.
Yeah,
I like the idea that there are musical elements to the film, in the psyche of them. Inevitably, I've got no issue with that. I think that'll be good. And some of this stuff looks great. Yes, I've seen the photos and that. So, Dan, do you have a film that's difficult to watch?
I want to say probably The Pianist.
Yep.
Yeah. I think 1917 as well, because I think that's got some pretty emotional scenes in it. Pretty much just any war film I find is just like really hard to watch, even though, a lot of them are really good, but sometimes they're just a bit hard to get through.
Subject matter.
They do affect you in a way.
I think that on a second watch, I think Schindler's List would be difficult. Because it's not entertaining. It's not a film that you'd watch to be entertained. It's a film that you'd only watch because of a sort of historical significance to it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say, let's watch a film tonight. Let's watch Schindler's List. Do you know what I mean? That's what doesn't exist with that film.
But I think it's a film everyone should watch at least once, because, just to be educated, but just to be aware of the content. And I think it's, like you say, it's more of a educational piece. I don't know.
Yeah. It is. So James has got another question for us. What's your best ever bargain you've found from a charity shop?
Oh, good question for Matt.
Jamie, do you go to charity shops ever and have a look around? Do you ever pick anything up in them?
Yeah, I volunteer in a charity shop.
Oh, okay. So you get first dibs when stuff comes in.
Yeah, I have a look. Yeah, British Heart Foundation.
Oh, yeah. Is your one overpriced?
No, it's all right, actually. I really like it, yeah.
Have you ever had anything good come in that you thought, bloody hell, that'll be good bargain? I'll get that.
Blu-rays. They do get some Blu-rays in.
Yeah. Have you ever grabbed any and thought, I'll take that one?
Yeah.
What ones? What have you found? Can you recall?
Brought Doctor Sleep the other week.
Okay.
Yeah, just get all sorts in.
Matt, what about yourself? Because obviously down here it's harder for me because charity shops are far more expensive being in London.
Yeah.
So what are you guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a charity shop. They've just upped the prices actually, but they were doing like 25 pence each a DVD or 5 for £1. So I've had several balls from them. Some really nice sets. The Rambo collection set cost me 20p. There's a nice Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and I forget what the other film is, but that's a nice set. The Abyss, I think that was a Region 1 set. True Lies set. They're all like 20p each.
That's good.
The best wasn't a charity shop, but the best bargain I felt was from Music Magpie, and it was that Warner Brothers collector's edition DVD of The Perfect Storm. With the film cell and the booklet and all the rest of it. I think that was about £2.50 or something. It was, probably the best bargain I've ever had.
Good. Dan, have you ever?
I mean, I've started shopping at charity shops more often now. So inspired by Matt for sure. Because Matt, you find some pretty incredible things. But there's this shop that I go to now. It's called the Salvation Army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Salvation.
And probably I showed it in I think one of my recent videos. It was that Matrix box set that was just sealed.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably my best find. I think that was $8. Yeah, that was
cool.
Good.
I suppose the best thing I ever found was not a film, was that the model of the ship from Serenity.
In the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, it cost me 20 quid. It was boxed, pristine condition, and it sells for around 80 to 100 on eBay.
Wow.
And what I'd done was obviously when I saw it in the window, I went online and said, because it was 20 quid, it's a lot of money really. And I looked at how much it's worth, not for the purpose of selling, but I didn't want to pay for 20 quid for it. If, on eBay, you can pick it up for a 10 or a 15 quid, it wouldn't have been worth it.
Yeah.
But when I saw that it was like, 80 to 100 quid, okay, I can get that. I've still got it. I didn't buy it to sell or anything. But yeah, so I've got quite a few messages. I've got a lot of messages, so I'm going to apologise to people if I don't get through these. So let's try and get through some of these with as little response as possible, shall we? So that we. What film would you have loved to have been on the set of?
It's such a hard question.
Yeah, good question.
Good one, but it takes a
Man would be the Dark Knight trilogy or Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Okay, cool. Matt will say Wolf of Wall Street or something.
The Punisher, wasn't it?
Sorry?
The Punisher.
Punisher would have been a good one to be on set of. Yeah, I'd have loved that.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane one. Yeah. There we go. I'll go with that. Anyone else?
Maybe Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That would have been, pretty full on, I think.
But you find war films difficult. That, Matt?
Matrix.
All right, cool. Jamie, are you going to see Flash on opening day? Says James.
Yeah, I do want to watch it, yeah.
Cool. Peanut butter jelly sandwich for AJ. I did do a peanut butter jelly sandwich eat. because inspired by Pure Hangout when we had that conversation.
I personally don't think the Flash film will bomb. I think it'll make money because obviously there'll be a lot of people that'll just go and watch the Flash film just for Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. You're right.
Nostalgia will play a big part.
It's going to make money because there's a lot of Michael Keaton fans out there, and people will be like, "Oh, let's go and watch Michael Keaton."
Yeah. So, do you have a favourite movie soundtrack? It's a good question. I would have to say, for me, I love John Williams' Hook soundtrack. I think it's fantastic.
I like the Man of Steel soundtrack.
Hans Zimmer, isn't it? Jamie, Dan?
Dark Knight.
I think it's got to be the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some messages back and forth. James says, need new room for my collection. All good, thanks.
Don't we all?
The stream is glowing today. It is sunny out.
It is, yeah.
Probably
It's really warm in here.
I'm probably stupid, AJ. Why would you say that? But my favourite soundtrack is the final battle for Spider-Man 2, the song called Armageddon. My favourite song. Yeah, soundtrack within a soundtrack. Part of a soundtrack. I can't say I know it, but have you thought about car boot sales?
Yeah. Plan to maybe have a look at a few car boots this year. Season will get going in probably this weekend, I'd imagine, actually.
That's good. Yeah, probably. I don't often get to car boots. I don't ever get to car boot sales, to be honest. It's built up where I am. I've got to travel quite far to get to one. Is anyone going to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Matthew said, AJ, I don't have a 4K player, but I brought the Spider-Man No Way Home 4K because the 4K disc is fantastic. Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus. I bought it for my Alfred. Yes, Matthew Nichols, I know, is a big fan of Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. Ian. Hello, Ian. How are you doing?
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Ian.
Hi, Ian. I've seen some of your recent videos. Love them. Hi, Matthew. How are you today, Ian? My favourite scene from any Batman film is where the Batwing flies up and makes the bat signal in the shadow of the moon from Batman 99.
Yeah, it's a good scene, that.
That is a great scene.
Clever. Very clever.
Yeah, that is a good scene. Ian's feeling fine. My favourite Batman scene is when Batman was fighting Superman in the metal Batman armour in BVS, which is out of the Dark Knight Rises comic book, essentially. Good to know you're right. Gaspar knows Irreversible is still difficult for me to watch, especially the underpass scene. I'm not familiar with that. My ignorance is showing. Movie Monster. Hey.
Hey, Movie Monster.
We need to get him back on.
Yes, and his parrot.
Yes, little parrot that goes to sleep in his...
I do have one question. I want to know your thoughts in it, but it's about the Flash movie. But I think if they're gonna do it, I think it would be the perfect opportunity. So obviously, you know, in the Flash film, it's going backwards and forwards about time travel. They go to different parts. Do you? I've been thinking about this quite a lot, and I really hope they do it, but I don't know if they will. So, you know, obviously back in time, do you think they'll do a scene where Batman sees his parents? Because if they're going to do it, it'd be the perfect opportunity.
Good question.
I
suppose
we have seen that before, though, haven't we? In other films.
Have we?
Well, we've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it in Snyder's universe, haven't we? Oh, we have.
No, I meant because obviously that his parents died. I meant like see him again because obviously with the time travel.
Yeah, you mean a great Batman seeing his parents. Feasibly, if you want an emotional, try and do an emotional arc with one of the Batmen.
I think if they do the scene right, it would work, but I don't know if they'll do it.
Yeah, it depends on whether they've got. Yeah, that's. I don't know. It's a good idea though.
Because technically, Batman's parents in the Snyder universe is Negan and what's the name, and they're both in The Walking Dead.
That's right, Negan and Maggie. Yes.
Yeah, and they're both in The Walking Dead, so it technically would make sense if they got them back to do that scene.
Yeah, that'd be.
It would.
Yes, yeah, for Affleck to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'd be a good idea.
It would.
So Movie Monster says favourite soundtrack is Conan the Barbarian. Now, is that by Ennio Morricone? Is that his name?
McConey.
Yeah, however it's pronounced. I think he done Conan. Am I right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, certainly one of them.
Speaking of Conan, apparently they are actually doing a new one with Arnie.
Really? King Conan. If I wouldn't mind a final Conan for him.
Old man Conan, though. Got to be.
Yeah.
Unless they de-age him.
Movie Monster says hi, Matt. My favourite Ennio Morricone soundtrack is Mission to Mars. Yes, Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus is my favourite Spider-Man villain. Sure, I will be. Good. Yeah, we'll sort something out to get you back on. By the way, video gone black. I cannot see you guys. Is anyone else having that issue? We're not. We're fine. This end, I can see everyone.
The only thing I keep seeing is on Dan. It keeps flashing, and it was doing it on your screen a minute ago, AJ. But
Matt. Okay. Now we've got women in tight leather, right? We've got Lady Gaga stripping down. Now you're talking about flashing. I think you're messed up. I think there's something going on there, Matt, that needs to be addressed seriously.
Something's going on.
Something's happening. Oh dear. It's the heat. It's getting to me.
I think it is. Something's getting to you.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Matthew Nichols says he's talking about the music in the background when Doc Ock is fighting Spider-Man at the final battle of Spider-Man 2. It's called Armageddon. Okay, all right. I can't. Danny Elfman. I think Danny Elfman was still doing the music for Spider-Man 2, wasn't he? Yeah. Basil Polsaurus did the cone. Oh, okay. It wasn't. So what did Ennio Morricone do? Did he do Red Sonja?
Yeah,
he may have done Red Sonja.
Maybe one of them. There's 2 Conan films, weren't they? And then Red Sonja. So it could be one of those.
I think it was Red Sonja. No issue here with the video. Okay. AJ, build some Lego on a live stream. I was actually going to do a Lego build this week, considering I was off, but I wasn't going to do it live. I was going to do it, film me building, and then put it together. Time lapse footage of doing it. It's going to be Optimus Prime. I will do it this week. Dan's off now. Great live stream. It's nice to finally meet you, the real Batman.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
So I'm going to leave it there for comments. So I've shut the comments off, so I can't see anything else that comes in. So thank you all for commenting, because we're practically at the 2-hour mark, which we like to finish on. Let's just have a little around the room and see if anyone's got anything upcoming. So, Jamie, I'll let you go first. Obviously, we know that you haven't got your own YouTube channel yet. Hopefully, you'll change that at some point in the near future. But where are you active? Where can people find you and see some stuff that you do? Like you're going to do a Batman ranking and all that sort of thing. Where would they find that stuff?
On my Instagram. I've got an Instagram account and it's called JS Dark Knight 1.
JS Dark Knight 1.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'll add that into the description afterwards at some point. I will add links. Dan, sorry, Jamie, have you got anything coming up? Any ideas on there? Anything you want to sort of push?
I am in the process of doing a Star Wars ranking and marathon at the moment.
Okay, cool. Dan, what about yourself? What can we see from you? I know that you said, because you got your new job and that, haven't you? If you don't mind me saying that. And that's keeping you busy.
Yeah, it's a good change, but it's like, a time restricting change.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, a bit of a different, it's just how it is, isn't it? Like,
but we will be seeing stuff from you.
No, it's sort of like it's settled down now. Like I've gotten comfortable where I can sort of return and then, start making regular videos again.
All right,
but yeah, so I'll probably be making like maybe a video a week, 2 to 1 video a week. Yeah, something like that.
You look tired.
A little bit.
You'll be going better. Thank you for coming.
I want to watch a movie, but I know I was thinking about watching because I picked up Blade Runner on 4K.
Yeah, that's
I really want to. Yeah, the first one and 2049.
Yeah.
I've been really hanging to check them out on 4K.
You might watch one in a minute.
Yeah, I might pop it in. We'll see.
First one.
Maybe the first one.
If you watch 2049, I think it's an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah, I love it. So good.
It's just beautifully done. But I've heard the 4K picture on 2049 is meant to be crisp. I've heard it's amazing.
Oh, that sounds good. That gets me excited.
It looks very good. It's a fantastic film. But if you're tired, Dan, and you're putting in Blade Runner, you'll be asleep in no time.
Yeah, I think so.
Matt, what have you got going on? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, the usual Saturday videos. Still continuing my Marvel collection every other week, every other Saturday, and then in between that is just a different video showing a different collector's piece.
So what have we got tomorrow?
Can't remember now. I think last week we did a Marvel, so it'll be a one-off piece tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can't tell you what it is off the top of my head, but yeah. So and then obviously next. Well, I need to confirm because originally we didn't go stream on Sunday, but possibly if we can get we've got Ian the Ramblings as well on and Tony Palmer.
Yeah.
Possibly if we can, if everyone's available, we can do it next Friday afternoon because
that's
you and I are off.
I don't think that's an issue. Let me know.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd have to be Sunday morning. I know that's obviously somebody's birthday on that day, so I don't know what you're doing, but
I'm doing nothing.
You're doing nothing. I mean, we could do it. We could do it on the Sunday if you like.
I'm not doing anything on that day. I'm not doing anything on that day at all. It's just another day. It's because I'm going to my son's on the Saturday to his new house, first time there. Where my other kids are coming as well, and Sunday for me is just it's going to be a doing very little day because I have to go back to work the next day, and I like to just I like a day alone at home doing nothing before I go back to work.
Yeah. I mean, there is an idea that I have thought. Obviously, there will be a package coming your way next week for your birthday. So if
thank you, kind sir.
It's all right. If we do the stream on Friday, if you want to do say an hour on the Sunday, you could do a live unboxing of what's in your package if you're prepared to wait, which would actually be on your birthday. So
I can do
You should be opening your presents on your birthday.
I should. I can do that, Matt. For you, I will do it.
But obviously, we'll have to have a word with Ian and Tally to find out whether they're able to do the Friday.
Yes.
You know, and then we do 2 hours on the Friday. But yeah,
Sure.
I'll let you know on that one.
All right. So keep an eye out for that on Matt's. Me myself. What have I got? I don't know. Tomorrow I have got in my video tomorrow morning is 5 films that I regret having bought.
That'll be a good one.
Is the Batman one of them?
No, it's not. It's not.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not going to say anything more, but for differing reasons, these titles for different reasons. Yes, a couple of them are 4K as well. So that's tomorrow morning at my usual time of, I think, 9 o'clock.
I'll be watching.
And I am going up in. I won't be live though on it to chat. Oh no, I might be. Depends, because I'm going up into London. So I will record in the Forbidden Planet and in the 2 CEXs and in FOP HMV. Is FOP owned by HMV?
I think it's the same company, isn't it? But they're kind of like a sister company. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's HMV. Same stickers and everything. But yeah, so I'll be doing that as well tomorrow. There we go. So that's it. So everyone, thank you very much. Thank you for Dan joining us yet again. I know we keep you up late, Dan. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Great having you back on. Jamie, it's been fantastic having you on for the first time.
Hopefully, be on.
Hopefully you'll come back on again sometime.
I'd love to.
That'd be great. Matt, again, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone watching. Thank you for keeping it nice and the messages nice and all that. Yeah, what more can I say? Have a good Easter, everyone. Whatever you may be doing, whether you're with families and everything. And 4K Michelin Star Movies has just popped in as we are ending. Oh, so sorry, but we're off now. But thank you for jumping in. See you next stream. Take care all. So stay around because I'll shut it and then we got the green room afterwards. So see you later, everyone. Take care. Have a fantastic Easter.
Yeah, everyone.
Bye.